Welcome back to Crime Chronicles. There are reports that Daniel Kinahan is planning to flee to Iran from Dubai to avoid extradition back to Ireland. Cartel boss Daniel Kinahan, as well as other senior cartel members, are believed to be looking for a safe haven as Dubai edges closer to agreeing a historic extradition with the Irish Republic. Stay tuned as we look at the Kinahan's links to Iran, as well as other possible locations the cartel could head to if extradition becomes reality. The 45-year-old mob boss is under mounting pressure from law enforcement agencies across the globe and is understood to have become fearful in recent months that authorities in the United Arab Emirates would hand him over to the United States or Irish police. This is despite Kinahan allegedly handing over huge sums to corrupt officials in Dubai to ensure his family's protection and freedom over the past few years. Senior members of the cartel are concerned that living in the UAE is no longer safe as Irish and US authorities pressure the government there to expel Kinahan and his associates. A source said Daniel and his immediate family do not want to run the risk and are believed to be planning an escape. There have been recent cases involving the authorities in the UAE agreeing to hand over criminals to other jurisdictions that seek them, such as the Americans. The Kinahans fear they could be used as bargaining chips, and the reality is that Dubai no longer provides them with the protection it once did. Iran has been identified as the cartel's suspected future location for a number of reasons. It is a country that has no extradition treaty with the US, which is seeking to arrest Daniel Kinahan and members of his family. It has had no formal diplomatic relations with the US since 1980. It is understood the Kinahan cartel also has links to terrorist groups in Iran, as well as funding. Officers from America's Drug Enforcement Agency, following the trail of the Kinahan wealth, have discovered how they used a tiny island off Iran, known as the Pearl of the Persian Gulf, to wash and move their dirty money. Kish Island is part of Iran, but has much more relaxed laws than on the mainland, and is a bustling tourist destination for wealthy Middle Eastern visitors. It is also a free trade zone with lax banking practices, which have made it attractive to the top end of organised crime. The tiny island is even in the process of having ATM machines installed, which will allow cryptocurrency to be transferred into cash. It is the perfect safe haven for them, because they can be afforded protection due to forged criminal links. The movements of the cartel leadership are believed to be fluid, with the organised crime group also exploring the possibility of places further into the Middle East. Alongside his father, Christy Kinahan Sr., and younger brother, Christopher Jr., Daniel Kinahan has a $5 million bounty on his head from the US government. The war-torn country of Yemen has also been identified as a possible location for the organised crime group, left reeling in the past year after the international sanctions were announced against them. Despite the turmoil and sustained pressure on the Kinahan cartel, Irish police believe the international crime gang still has the clout to assassinate members of the Hutch gang, possibly reigniting their feud. The Irish operation to contain the Kinahan-Hutch feud since the Regency gun attack in 2016 is believed to have cost tens of millions of euros. And although organising a gangland hit against the Hutch mob in the current climate is not necessarily feasible, given the sustained police presence around Dublin in the aftermath of Gerry Hutch's release, sources said it does not mean that plans are not underway to commit further murders and reignite the feud. But the reality is that these proposed plans might take some time to come to fruition. Even if the Kinahans are under pressure, which they are, this does not mean they cannot simultaneously be trying to orchestrate murders against the Hutch gang, the sources have said. Police have continued to provide a discreet and sustained around-the-clock presence to protect the Hutch family and associates. Justice Minister Simon Harris vowed that authorities would follow organised crime groups to the ends of the earth. In his statement he said, "I want to send out a very strong message. Justice always prevails. You can run, you can try to hide, but we will never stop pursuing and dismantling the criminal gangs causing fear, violence, and murder across this country. He went on to say, "That pursuit does not stop at any border. We've built law enforcement coalitions around the world. These gangs have been left under no illusions that wherever they try to go, we will follow." Despite repeated requests through an intermediary, Daniel Kinahan has refused to do an interview or provide a statement to the media about his current situation. Kinahan has hired a top legal team to fight an attempt to kick him out of Dubai. A government source said, "We expect it could take 2 to 3 years because of legal challenges to get Daniel Kinahan deported from Dubai, but it is doable." There are currently 2 police files on him before the Director of Public Prosecutions. One recommends he be charged with directing a criminal organisation, and the other recommends he be charged with the murder of Eddie Hutch, who was shot dead in Dublin in 2016. The DPP has yet to decide if there is enough evidence to prosecute. The police can do no more, and the decision is in the hands of the DPP. That alone could take several months, but it is getting an extradition agreement in place that will take the most time. The Kinahans are powerful in the United Arab Emirates. Many of the 200 companies that they use worldwide to launder their drug money are based in Dubai, bringing valuable revenue there. These companies range from food businesses, bars, restaurants, haulage, and even clothing companies. The $5 million award offered by the Americans for information leading to the arrest of Daniel, his father Christy, and his brother Christy Jr. has not affected their lives. A source said, "They are living their lives as if there is nothing going on and are regularly seen out and about in Dubai." Daniel's main residence is on the Jumeirah Palm, and he is making no effort to hide from anybody. The family also has other properties in Dubai that they can stay in if they need to. They also have a backup plan to flee to Oman if the Dubai authorities do turn on them. And they also get on very well with the Russians and have Russian bodyguards. US authorities hoped the big reward would encourage associates to spill the beans on the Kinahans' $1 billion empire, but that hasn't happened yet. It seems that the Kinahans might not be moving anytime soon, but instead are planning a number of outs should extradition to Ireland or America become a reality. If